Brandon. I drink Black Rifle coffee while I listen to Jocko Willink, but I skip ahead when he's not talking about war. Big Brandon's my name. I only do bench, bicep curls, and one deadlift to failure. My chest is wide, my arms are big, and my stomach is disgusting. Elliptical machine, that's for women. Romaine lettuce, that's for women. Electric cars, those are for a group of people I use as an adjective for lesser. But my goodly wife says my Nova, which I insist on dailying, is cutting into our mortgage payments. So I have to go get one of them adjective cars. My name's Big Brandon, and Human Resources just had a conversation about me. What can I get that doesn't make me look like a part of speech? My name's Big Brandon, and I'm a walking stereotype of myself.
Do you want an EV but still have range anxiety? Do you miss the Chevy Volt? Do you want to drive an electric car but are afraid of all your flat-top Gulf War friends making fun of you? Do you want a plug-in hybrid that doesn't brag? Well, Toyota has the product for you. No one will know. It can be your secret. It's your little unlabeled box in the attic full of rainbow toys with suction cups on the ends. Let's talk about boxing. Can we talk about boxing? I've been dying to talk to you about boxing all day. The rope-a-dope strategy. Let your opponent attack you. Just dodge their blows for a while, or tactically absorb them with minimal damage to you. Lay back on the ropes and let your dopey opponent spend their energy trying to knock you out. And once they're tired, go on the offensive. And they're too depleted to effectively fight back. That's what Toyota started doing in 2005. They switched their strategy. Toyota stopped being the industry-leading innovator. The last example of innovative, angry Toyota, the classic Toyota Weird, was gone from USA's lineup in 2005 and gone from the world stage in 2007. I'm talking about the MR2. That's the last weird car they ever made. No longer would Toyota make radical designs that outlasted everybody else. Instead, they would make conservative designs that followed trends and outlasted everybody else. The new strategy would be, let everybody else make the first move, and we're going to lay back and watch. We got the money to do that. Money buys a lot of things, not the least of which is time. Then, when our opponents broadcast their game plan, we'll download it and offer the world a better version. Ford Raptor, Toyota TRD Pro. Jeep Commander, 4Runner. BMW X5, 4Runner. Acura MDX, Land Cruiser. Tesla Model Y, Rav4 Prime. If you love Teslas, then nothing else will do, and this isn't going to make sense to you. But if you're open to all brands, don't care about fashion, and you walk around quacking, well, what happens if you run out of electricity? A Rav4 Prime is for you. Like the Model Y, this is a crossover SUV thing that rides high, has all-wheel drive, and serves a role as a general all-rounder. And this is the fastest accelerating Toyota in 2021 that isn't a BMW.
But you'll get into much more trouble braking than you would accelerating.
Did that just chirp its tires?
Oh yeah, like I don't know if you completely floored it, but like
I did not.
Just floored it. It doesn't matter. You can go as fast as you want here.
Ooh, there it is.
Yep.
There it is.
Yeah, especially if you're turning a bit.
No, it's not as fast as a Model Y, but the build quality, come on, son. Look at this. Body panels, straight as a razor. Plastics that don't rattle. Even the buttons feel heavy. And this car will last 300,000 miles with no blue screens. Yes, it's not as fast as a Model Y, but it's fast enough to make you happy. The RAV4 Prime won't turn its gasoline engine on until the battery is down to 1/4. And then it becomes a traditional hybrid, like a Prius. It takes about 40 miles to get down to that, quarter tank mark, quarter battery tank mark. And of course less if you're screwing around. A RAV4 Prime doesn't have fast charging capabilities, only slow and trickle. You're meant to plug this into a 110 outlet in your garage and let it suckle overnight. So if you plug this into one of those EV chargers, like a Blink or something like that, you're wasting your time. It's not going to really charge any faster. For all of Toyota's foresight in building an introductory EV, they forgot to give the AC condenser adequate protection. The air intake area for the condenser, and by extension the radiator, is right in the rock and stone zone. A forum member makes and sells these plastic covers for you to protect your air conditioning fins. Driving a RAV4 Prime feels generic, no personality. Ever have a guest pastor and they're somehow more boring than your regular pastor? So you sit in the pew, so I sit in the pew, and try to turn the altar and the choir risers and the organ pipes and the window sills into Mega Man 2. And they're given, the scripture, and I'm just and I'm playing Mega Man 2 in my head using the decorations in church. So if you want to have fun in RAV4 Prime, you gotta enter the land of make-believe. Has there ever been a time a RAV4 didn't give you what you expected? Toyota had been thinking about making the RAV4 since 1986, displayed the first prototype at the 1989 Tokyo Motor Show, and then remodeled it in 1993. It debuted in Japan for the 1994 model year and in America in 1996. And since then, the Toyota recreational active vehicle with four-wheel drive has been one of those sleeper cars that built a reputation on consistency rather than splashy styling and tech-forward approaches. Radical seats notwithstanding in the 90s, of course. This is a hybrid in an era of fully electric vehicles. The RAV4 is a chicken pot pie with a four-banger and an electric motor. You know what this is. When your bones are dust, your grandkids will know what this is. Alien civilizations will know what to expect when they find the dust-covered remains of RAV4 in the ruins of Jarl Toyota in northern Whiterun. Toyota guys will go to mattresses for the inherent superiority of the brand, but what you're really carrying the torch for is the notion that you have a car that you don't have to worry about. You're not the guy kicking his coverage in a 3 Series, you're in a RAV4. A car so magnificently pedestrian it gets the right-of-way over actual pedestrians. So what we have here for 2021 is a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine coupled to an electric motor, which makes, when both the motor and the engine are running at the same time full blast, this thing makes 302 horsepower. It's the A25A-FXS, part of the Toyota Dynamic Force engine family built for a combination of performance and environmental responsibility on the premise that it's a more efficient engine with lower fuel consumption than other options. Fuel economy is 40 city, 36 highway, combined 38. And when you're just running on the electric motor, you're getting 94 mpge. Once again, it's a RAV4 with 302 horsepower. It goes 0 to 60 in 5.8 seconds. All right, Toyota, dual tips? Really? Who are you fooling? Subaru can kind of get away with dual tips because, yes, 2 sets of headers, but dual tips on a RAV4, come on. This car makes all the racket of a stuffed animal falling down a carpeted staircase. The interior is even quieter. I could record a podcast in this cabin. And you're putting dual tips on this car. You get dual zone automatic climate control with a dust and pollen filter, heated and fabric trimmed seats, a heated steering wheel, soft touch dash and armrest, leather trimmed steering wheel, a bird's eye view camera that includes perimeter scan, and an overhead 360-degree view in low-speed drive and reverse. And the complete Toyota Safety Sense 2.0 package that includes blind spot monitoring, rear cross-traffic alert, and other safety forward features like dynamic radar cruise control and lane trace assist. You know what Toyota didn't call any of this? Autopilot, because it isn't. Is there a support group for people who are always in the way but don't mean to be? While this RAV4 could stand to be a bit roomier, it's fine for the Costco crowd. And for a starting MSRP of just under $39,000 for the Prime SE model and just under $42,000 for the more robust SXE, it's not a bad deal. And hey, it has pretty good ride height and visibility, and it has trail mode, which I think means pretty much jack, because yes, you have ride height, but something like this will high center, because you have that long battery pack under the center of the car, which means Matt's off-road recovery will be pulling one of these out of Sand Hollow. The RAV4 Prime is what the Prius aspired to be but never got around to becoming. It's the bridge between people too scared of the unknown to ever embrace a fully electric vehicle and those who are curious enough to want to give electrics a try without looking like they're obviously driving something with an electric motor. It's the automotive equivalent of a kink-positive subreddit where you can figure out whether or not you actually like role-playing someone who enjoys the company of other people. While you could probably say that the Prius is the more recognizable name to the general public, it also feels like the Prius lives in the shadow of the RAV4, at least today. Like a kid who can't escape the legacy of an older sibling. Oh, Stoltzfus! You wouldn't happen to be Artie Stoltzfus's brother, and now you're standing beneath a sky overcast with an older sibling's glory. Or, infamy, if your brother was one of those in-school suspension regulars. This RAV4 has left it so that the Prius is somehow even less impressive for all of its mainstream visibility. Because unlike the Prius, this is an easier sell to anyone hesitant about electric vehicles or the preconceived notions of delicacy. This is the car you get if you have some sort of complex about driving an electric car, because you can still be seen filling up at a gas station, so you have plausible deniability. And the electric fill door and the gas fill door are on different sides of the car. But look, I know, it's hard to make the leap. Especially if you're someone who always opened their mouth wide for communion at the Church of Internal Combustion. You just, but I promise, the mutton chops that you spent 18 months growing out won't be evicted from your face if you're caught driving a hybrid. And driving a Toyota RAV4 Prime doesn't mean you secretly think Elon Musk is cool.
Oh, for just one drive, I would take the SC package to find the new Toyota that I maybe someday need. 'Cause a RAV4 Prime has a place for wife and baggage. I'll drive Toyota RAV4 Prime SC.